It was bits and pieces, and we kind of started stitching these pieces together like a jigsaw, you know.
I mean, there are still thousands of possibilities here.
It was a feeding home for so many families living in Kosovo.
This space that have been influencing our parents or grandparents back in the day.
I mean, I'm the first generation of DJs after the war, and it was me and a lot of friends like Lika Tech, Dardan Ramabaya, one of my partners, Goya, Naka, Uki, I hope I don't forget anybody, you know, a crew of people really. It was great because there were like-minded people in the city that we got together and oh, you like this? Yeah, I like this. I don't like this. So we kind of started, you know, talking about it, discussing about it, and then we started having some small parties just for friends. And that's pretty much where it started. We bought our first decks, turntables, and our records. This was 2001, I believe. It was bits and pieces, and we kind of started stitching these pieces together like a jigsaw, you know. We weren't sure what we were doing, but the thing is that even the crowds didn't know what they were looking for, so we kind of grew up together. And then we got introduced to the London tech house scene through a friend in Skopje who was a promoter for them, doing parties in Skopje, and then we invited some of them in Pristina. The first one was Dave Mothersoul. We were lucky to learn from them, to see how they mix the London style, and I believe that a lot of DJs in Pristina, especially from my generation, have that particular London style of mixing, which is you keep, you know, like 2 records synced with your hands, riding the pitch fader all the time. When we started using euros as a currency, so that was 2003, I believe, 2003-04, and that was the time when we started bringing DJs here. And then a friend also started to bring DJs from Italy, like from Neapolitan scene, like Marco Carola and Marco Lenzi, and quite a few names, you know, quite a few names from the Neapolitan techno scene. So it was like a very good reference from both sides. Like first 10 years, let's say, if you dare call it, like from 2002 and onwards, the people were enthusiastic. That was the golden age. Everybody was into it, really had a lot of fun. But now I appreciate the fact that people are building the scene.
The founding, like I started working in 2015 in summer. It used to be a family house with a big garden. So it was staying like empty for 2 years. So I decided to transform it into some sort of a social club. We gather alternative crowd from different circles of people. So we have here We used to have jazz musicians, jazz crowd, so we had hip hop, electronic music, techno. Electronic scene is quite developed here. Like lots of good DJs, underground and commercials are coming. The crowd is there. You know? We have different crowds. You have crowds for techno, crowds for psytrance, crowd for house music. We have certain labels who organize once in 1 month or 2 months. They organize the parties. So they gather, but these are mostly like electronic parties, techno parties. And like you have a service organization, it's a collective of DJs and promoters. And then you have Hapsina, they organize every 2 or 3 months in an abandoned print shop, old print shop.
It was the second most important printing house in the whole Yugoslavia back then. It was a home, it was a feeding home for so many families living in Kosovo.
It should be put more forward to the younger generations and to be used as a cultural space that can enlighten again the society, but through entertainment, through infotainment and edutainment.
These are the last preparations before the event tomorrow. It will be the 13th one, which in numbers may not be that much, but for us it means a lot because it shows that for the past 4 years we've been trying to maintain this place, to protect it from being privatized first of all, then now we are fighting for it to not be held to the state, to the government, because they are planning to do offices and archives and stuff in here, which for us was basically a nonsense thing. So now we are trying to protect it from the government again.
The biggest struggle of ours each time almost, we're like, even though we did our plannings and bookings and everything, there were times like we
And I see also with the younger generation that they want to be part of that and they want to build they see it. There is a need also for a culture here to be built, rebuilt or built and open up, not stop. Because, I mean, there are still thousands of possibilities here. Yeah? Okay, we don't have money, but the will is good. First is the will and then, you know. So lots of people have here that will to help building the cultural platform life. Yeah. So for me, I'm positive in that sense. Yeah. I know that we will struggle for another 30 years, but whatever.
In terms of techno, it's just going to go forward and people are going to be making better and better music. People are learning. We're going to start a new institute actually of academic level, BA, 3 years, full-time. So that's when it's going to expand even more.
The key thing about Rilindia is because Rilindia in Albanian language means rebirth or renaissance. And honestly, what this society needs is Rilindia actually. So what better that we can rebring it into life, this space that have been influencing our parents or grandparents back in the days.
I wish we can win the fight. I really wish, because it would be a great challenge. A great challenge for the up-and-coming generation, because they wouldn't be allowed to say, we had the talent, but we didn't have the space, as we said. Here you have the space. Show your talent. It would be like this.